Hello, Geminis, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your love reading for February 2020. I almost just said, I don't know why I've been stuck on November 2019, but anyways, I keep getting stuck and saying that instead of the dates, and I've had to re-record this quite a few times because I keep saying it. Anyways, guys, do check out your monthlies for February, not November 2020. Those are all up for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And check out your yearlies, especially so for your sun and definitely your rising sign. Because if you check out your yearly for your rising sign, the astrology and houses will all align. Because I went through the astrology for each individual sign and how it will affect them in their own specific ways, based on the houses, etc. In those yearly videos. So definitely check that out, guys. Those are very comprehensive, and I put a lot of work into that. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to book a private reading, all that info is always right below this video in the description box, okay? Along with my Instagram, which you can go check out as well. So again, like I said, we pulled out a few cards from the Aquarian deck just to see where you guys are at. And it's interesting. I think you guys are in this really heightened, like a heightened physical feeling type of place right now. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to try to say it in a less weird way, but also not in the creepy way. Your energy's entering this month here. Two of Cups flipped right out. I mean, I don't know whether to take it upright or reverse, but I feel mostly that you guys are very focused and feeling the love right now. You're looking towards love. You're really feeling connection, or you're really seeking out connection right now. True one-on-one fair connection. There is a fair exchange of love here. This is not something where one person gives and the other doesn't. This is fair. It's not you pouring all your cup into their cup and then looking down and being like, where's all my love gone? Oh, you took it. So this is very equal, balanced, harmonious. For me, this is even better than the Lovers, just because it is something real. There's an exchange happening, true connection, looking each other in the eyes and knowing that there is love here, that there is an equal balance of it as well. So that's what we're focusing on, and that's where, you know, our emotions are as well here. So we're feeling very balanced, very equal in the give and take of love here. Let's see what has happened in your recent past in relationships. Here is the death card reversed. There might have been stagnancy and unwillingness to change, unwillingness to make some big decisions, even moving forward in some particular ways. You know, we know something needs to change, and we want to seek out love here. For those of you who are very single, you're looking to shift, and this is where you have been. It's been stagnant, it's been frustrating, and might have been, you know, oh, like, I know I need to do something about, you know, how I'm approaching love. I know I need to do something about how I'm entering relationships, or how I'm not at all. Some effort needs to be put in there, and we've needed to change. And I think that you guys are definitely focused on this change and making it happen. And again, going for that Two of Cups because you're ready for that. And your focus, your goals, your drive this month in terms of love and romance as you enter at least February is this really, when I see the Nine of Pentacles reversed, I have to say, I get the sense of base drives, more like, you know, hormonally driven, intense, passionate types of feels. You know, you're feeling very sexually charged right now, basically very lustful. And some of you might be, again, looking for that Two of Cups very intensely out of nowhere. It's like we've been stagnant, and all of a sudden you're like, some of you it's going to be like, I need to get laid. And for some of you it's going to be more like, I just am really vibing my partner right now. I'm really in this physically passionate place, and like, this is taking us out of our stagnancy where we have been. And I think a lot of it might have to do with the fact that we just had Taurus go direct in Uranus last month, and I think a lot of shifting, changing energies are finally moving where they weren't before. So let's see how your month plays out here, okay? We're going to actually look with my classic deck, the Rider-Waite, and we're going to see what comes up this month for you, what's happening. So, oh, I like that. We'll take it. All right, Geminis. Wow. Your reading is going to be different than everybody else's. I can already feel it. That's okay. Let's talk about the major themes this month. First of all, the world is here. We're looking for the attainment of, or that really good stuff in a relationship, attainment of wealth in a relationship, attainment of security, of abundance, a new chapter that brings in all the things that we want. It's like the highest level, you know, you want to hit the peak here. The world also talks about closing out, again, old cycles, ending old cycles, stagnant old stuff here is closing out, and we're making way, and we're having room here for, again, the world to come in, for a world of opportunities. Literally, for some of you, it's just renewed energy, reward. It feels like, you know, something again has shifted in a major way. The world indicates, you know, endings, beginnings, all that stuff, you know. Again, the beginning and the end. Usually I like it when they have the world surrounded by the Ouroboros, you know, the snake eating itself, because I like that cyclical nature of it. I mean, it's not in this, but it does still remind me of that. There's a cyclical nature here, even about the way these are all wrapped. So, and we also, you know, again, we're in the time of Aquarius, which is a fixed sign, and we can see Aquarius right over there. I just feel in this fixed sign energy, we're seeing things again, because it's a fixed sign, you know, it's fixed air, which is our energy here. We are seeing things in a really clear way. Again, it's kind of like, and I remember kind of bringing this up, I think in the monthlies, just the general monthlies, was that Aquarius season allows us to kind of like, imagine, you know, if you were to get in a rocket ship or even a plane, and just when you fly up, everything below you looks so small, and you realize how much greater the whole situation is than what you know, than what you are a part of, than what you can understand when you're on the ground. And it's like you're not focusing on the details, but the bigger picture here. And the bigger picture is coming into light. You want something more. And what have we been stagnating on in that case? It's like, oh, well, I'm just going to change that now. I'm just going to do this. There's this rush ahead to make, again, almost like a spring cleaning of your life here, to make the necessary changes and be ready for what's to come. Like, I'm ready for it. I'm already doing the work. I'm already there. It's already happening. I'm ready for this. It's almost like you're ready for your solar return in a way, which is interesting because we're not near it yet. Knight of Swords, again, there's a lot of fast-paced energy, communication, possibly a little bit sharp. So watch how you're communicating, and also watch how you're taking others' communications. Again, it's just this really intense energy, especially when I get this next to the Ace of Wands and the Devil. There's a lot of sexual chemical energy here that is just being awoken. There, for some of you, it's like illicit types of sexual liaisons. You know, there's a lot of passion, a lot of lust this month, and it feels to me, for those of you who are in certain situations, and you know what I mean, we're going to pull some clarifiers and everything, but it feels that those that are in certain situations, there's a lot of lust that we might need to not get too attached to. Don't get attached. It's Mercury retrograde. Things are not going to be making a whole lot of sense, especially all these lustful energies. Like, this is just like so passionate, especially when you look at these two together. And this, it's like, I cannot, like, even mentally, emotionally, and in the fire in your blood is just boiling, and you're ready to go. You're ready to, I don't know, it just feels very, very sexy, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm trying not to laugh because it feels positive. It's just very, Gemini, you guys are feeling a very specific type of way, and that way is spicy. You guys are like just feeling so spicy this month. It's like, wow, I can't even, as soon as I stepped into your energy, I was like, whoa, Gemini is feeling some type of way. So maybe look into the astrology this month. Went over it very briefly, I think, in the monthlies, but not really actually this month. So maybe check out White Light Astrology or Gregory Scott. Maybe you'll see why you're feeling so sexy, so spicy. All right, so let's see, Gemini. We're going to look at how this month plays out now, all right? And check out what's going on here, how things play out. And we're actually going to go back to this deck. Back to the Aquarian Tarot. And then we're going to use the other one to clarify, just because it's a little bit harder for me to shuffle. Ooh, okay. How do things play out this month? What will be happening majorly in your love life, coming in terms of events, major situations this month for Gemini in terms of love and relationship? What's this one? Okay. And things are not looking bad. They haven't been looking that bad for you, honestly, lately. It's just this need to deal with this. It's almost like when Scorpio was in, I think it was when Scorpio was in Mars, or Mars was in Scorpio? Forgive me if I'm a little bit wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's what, there was some weirdness going on there. Like, I feel like during Scorpio season, or like right after it into Sag season, we had Mars and Scorpio. And forgive me if I'm wrong, or I'm getting the planet off here, but it was intense and filled with lust and desire and all these intense feelings. And it's reminding me of that kind of deep energy. Just lead to for your relationships. Wow. Okay, let's talk about this. Wow, Gemini. I just want to, we'll get there. We're going to get there. Magician, sorry. I teared up because I was laughing a little bit now. Here they come. I'm not crying. I'm just laughing. I was trying to hold back some laughs. Because it's a nice feeling for some of you. And I'll get there in a minute. But, Magician reverse, Six of Swords. This is really nice. We're moving on from maybe a situation that has felt underhanded, sneaky, or away from somebody. So again, if you are in, if you've been dating somebody, or, you've recently left a relationship, I do think that you're able to really see where somebody has, again, been very sneaky. When I see the Magician reversed, I always see him as the snake oil salesman. He says one thing, is doing another. While he's showing you what he's doing with one hand, what is he doing behind his back? Something shady. You don't know. Somebody trying to take advantage of you, use you for some aspect here. And because you guys are really in this quite come up powerful period, you're going to have to watch that. Six of Swords is moving away from troubled waters, moving away from times that have been difficult, from that Five of Swords. So if you've been in a bit of a struggle, you've been having a hard time, and things have been difficult in terms of communication and within relationship, even if you are, married in a relationship, things have been difficult. You're moving on towards this really wonderful place of intense emotional and self-satisfaction. Things are going well for you, and because they're going well for you in other areas, it feels, especially in terms of career and your confidence in yourself, your confidence in whatever it is that you're doing, it's coming to this really great place and bringing you emotionally to a place where you're now, it's like abundantly spilling out into other areas of your life, where it feels like wishes are coming true, and you're feeling, again, very empowered, the King of Rods is very empowered, very powerful, very authoritative. He's a leader, but he's also known as kind of that Leo, passionate, I don't want to say playboy, but in a good way. This person is just whether you're dealing with a fire sign or not, it feels like you and your partner, if you're in a partnership, are dealing with a lot of passion right now why can't I just say the word here? This is making me crazy. King of Rods, Ten of Rods reversed. Once you've dropped all those other wands, once you've dropped, pretending this, or, holding back in these ways, and you start just being honest with your communication, honest about what you want, honest about, what you've been holding out for in a relationship, or in a, when you're waiting for a relationship. It's why hold on to all these oppressive things of the past, all these responsibilities, these things that you have to hold on to that other people, oh, this person won't like if I do this, or this person won't like it if I do this, or if I dress this way, maybe I want to try. Stop thinking about that. It's no, there's a sense of really owning yourself in this really empowered, confident, sexy, attractive way that is just you guys have pheromones. I feel like I'm going to have to call your video pheromones, because that's what it feels like. It's just very, it's very potent. And I don't even see the Lovers here, and I feel like as soon as I start pulling clarifiers, it's going to show up. But Six of Rods comes up here as well. Once you drop, once you drop the game, once you drop that oppressive energy, you are able to move forward in this winning way, in this successful, wonderful way here. I've won. Here we go. Everybody is celebrating me. I'm doing great. It's wonderful. When you get that, it's just triumphant. Reconciliation of your desire and reality. You've brought this into the physical. For those of you that are looking to have children, and this is why I feel like I teared up, because some of you are going to find out this month, if you are trying to, that you might be pregnant, or that you might want to have a child. And it's you finally kind of drop the game on, well, okay, this is really what I want, and this is where I do want to take things. And it's part lust, part I actually want to, I think. It's very driven by hormones, driven by your libido, driven by your desires this month. You're driven by your desires in a very root chakra base kind of way here. So let's pull some clarifiers in terms of what's happening this month, what you need to know about what's happening this month. Although I feel there's not much to clarify here. I feel like we've hit things kind of in a very straightforward way. And I feel like all the air sign readings are going to be like this because, or at least very straightforward. Because we are in Aquarius. Yep, Aquarius season. Things are straightforward. King of Swords, you're communicating the way you want to be in that air sign kind of mentality, air sign kind of way. And the more that you're able to clearly communicate, I mean, try to do this before Mercury goes retrograde. But even when it goes retrograde, I just feel that I mean, by that point, we might be in Pisces season. It'll be a little different. But while it's still in Aquarius season, things are pretty clear for you. Your communication, your ability to discern fact, your ability to communicate in a way that is good for you at this time. And not a lot of communication is good for anybody right now because Mercury has entered shadow on the 2nd of February, and it will go retrograde on the 17th in Pisces. And last time Mercury went retrograde in Pisces, when it finally did go direct, or sorry, when it had this conjunction, I think it was with Neptune, when there was a conjunction with Neptune. I think I said this wrong in a different video now that I say it. There was a conjunction with Neptune. And right on that day, when it was like that, what happened, and then a bunch of other stuff happened on that. And that's when the Mueller report was released. And nobody really knew what to make of it. Nobody knew what it meant. It was confusing. So imagine that that's how communication is kind of going to be. Because it's going retrograde in Pisces like it did last year. So think back to how things were then. They were confusing. And there really wasn't like an up or a down or a left or a right. It was like, I don't know, everything was all flip-floppy and weird, and you couldn't really grab onto one thing here. So take advantage of Aquarius's energy, of Aquarian energy here. High Priestess, because things get kind of confused here. They actually go reverse for you once we get into that Piscean season, and you get confused, and you're driven again by more base things, and there's physical passion that's coming from a place almost like, I don't know, it's like not so much coming from love. Watch that for those that are either in relationships or marriages, or even if you're not, watch that. Because you don't know who you're dealing with, and Geminis, you guys are kind of known to hurt people sometimes unknowingly. And I'm not saying it's your fault because you're looking for what you're looking for. Maybe somebody else is looking for something else, but with all this retrograde crap here, nobody's really saying or doing what they really mean, and nobody is really upfront about what they're looking for, and it leads to all types of miscommunications right now, and misread feelings, and things not panning out the way that they should have, all that stuff, okay? So let's see here. Have fun with the passionate energy, though. But if you are... Ooh, what's that? Watch out for any one-night stands where you're not using protection. Again, you guys are so, like, fertile. I don't know how to say this any other weird way. If you are a female Pisces, or if you're male. I mean, not Pisces, Gemini. During Pisces season... Sorry, I'm saying it all backwards. During Pisces season, and when Mercury goes retrograde in Pisces, it's going to be a very fertile time for you. So if you don't want to have kids on either side, be careful. But if you do, yay, positivity, you'll be celebrating it. It will be great. But from 3 of Cups, 7 of Swords reverse, and then 5 of Pentacles, there's third party, weird, backstabby energy that we're going to need to be careful of, unless it's us that's doing it. That you want to have some fun, and like you're doing this for fun, because then it came up 3 of Cups, 7 of Swords, then 5 of Pentacles. Sorry. Let me put this in the right order for you guys. And you might be looking to have like you might be here for a good time and not a long time, and you need to be really careful of people that are there for the long time. But if you're on the opposite end of it, watch out for that as well. You might be chasing people in situations with such lust and getting it confused with love, when in reality the other person might be reading it as something less than, and they're like, oh, I thought we were taking this a little bit slower. I didn't think that we were doing that. I thought this was more of, a friends with benefit type thing. So there's a lot of lustful energy. So I would say try your best to hold back a little bit if you can, especially if, you know, you're getting alarms going off, or I don't know if you will this month. You might not get the alarms like you usually do. You might not be able to see the snake in the hen house or the fox in the hen house here. So, because we got all this retrograde stuff going on. So let's get a card of advice for you this month for your love situations. But if you're in a relationship, there's a real awakening of passion. Just being careful of, I think, pregnancy for you guys. There's like work and effort and really good stuff coming in, but we have to, again, there's going to be a straightforwardness of communication and a need to put down our wants, put down our weapons, put down our burdens, and really let everything from the past go and be open to driving forward in this relationship with passion, physical connection. I don't know. There's just a lot going on there. Yeah, healing. Bring things into moderation. Make sure, again, that you are moderating things, that things are in balance. We're not all lust. We're not all work. We're not all quietness. You know, you have to find a balance here in your inner and outer world, a balance of taking that lust, that desire, and bringing it out into the world, putting it out towards people, or doing what you do with it, but doing it in a healthy way for a better future here. So again, there's a lot of good energy here, a lot of lusty energy, a lot of energy. Yeah, again, just a lot of spicy. We're just gonna have to call, I don't know, you just have a lot of spicy energy this month here, and it's good. But make sure that you're not taking it towards the wrong things, acting these feelings out in the wrong ways, and in ways that could end up being detrimental in the future. Be careful of that. You need to be on top of things, being on top of yourself. All right. So guys, let's pull some love. Almost just like ended it, but then I was like, we didn't even pull an oracle. Let's pull some oracles and we'll call it a day. All right, Gemini. Gemini. Ooh, wedding. Wow. This situation involves marriage. For those of you that are married, or those of you that are wanting to get married, it feels like we're stepping it up in a relationship. There is definitely an ascendance of a relationship here to a higher level. For those of you that are married, there's connection there. There is, again, it's almost like a reawakening of the love that you had maybe before the wedding, around it. Or again, this whole situation involves somebody married, you're married, whatever. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. For those of you wondering about this person that you're with, you're feeling this attraction towards, I do feel, there's soulmate energy here for most of you. There might be something going on again with that. What's that? 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups stuff going on. That's just... You might even find that it has nothing to do with somebody being sneaky, but more so that you have not been loving yourself the way that you should have been. Or maybe you haven't been feeling confident, good about yourself, even physically. And this month, things like that shift, they change. So for those of you who this is not resonating as a sneaky person and it's not hitting in that way, I do think that for a lot of you, it might just be that really the fox in the hen house here is yourself, and that you need to love yourself first. And you need to make sure that before you jump into things filled with desire and lust, that you have real true love for yourself within before you start putting out energy here, there, everywhere, because it might not come back positively. You might, again, connect with somebody's energy in a physical way that messes your physical energy, messes your emotional energy up. So again, make sure that you love yourself first and that you have that full cup of love to give over before you jump into something, okay? I actually don't want to pull any more, so we're just going to leave it there. All right, Gemini, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to book a private reading, all that information is right below this video in the description box. If you haven't, do be sure to check out your yearly readings as well as your monthlies for February. Those are up for all of your sun, moon, your rising, your Venus. Check them out. I work hard on them, and I really thank you guys again for all of your support. Make sure that you're subscribed, that you've hit that wiggly bell if you haven't. Check me out over on Instagram, and have a blessed February, guys. Namaste.